Okay, so in sideline position, we want to make sure that we have a nice alignment, right? We want nice continuous lines so that when we apply the perpendicular pressure, it's taken in a good way. So we want to make sure that we have nice openness in the leg. And one thing I started doing just to make sure that this hip is, yes, this hip is open, is this. So come, you in the cheap seats, over there. So, see how this leg is bent in line here? Just to make sure that this hip is nice and open, do this, take this, give it a pull. Feel, John?
Mm-hmm.
That opens up that hip. Great, that's the hip we're going to work on. Right, so
I like that.
stable, I thought you might. So here, and then just leaning back. Look at that nice pull. Okay? Okay, Irie. So back up. Okay. So in working sideline, we're going to start here. So y'all that I told you to move over there, move back over. So check it out. So we're going to start here in sideline, and we're going to work from the head down to the feet. Okay? So we're going to start just by doing a little compression, but also getting our body in a line with theirs, and just using a simple extended arm to start to open up this area. So we're going to pin and just lean in and stretch. So you use your body in this position in sideline to create some lovely openness with very little effort. And then you have the option of then taking your thumb, one thumb over the other for support, and just sinking into the soft tissue. Pressure down there. Simple. Such a good utilization of your body with extended arms. If you're working and your arms are bent, you're using your muscles too much. If your arms are straight, use your breath to spread. Also, forearm. Put the application forearm into the upper quadrant. If you're working at a really big person, use your knee. Pressure's okay? How that knee fits in there. Lovely. And then we're going to come around and we're going to work here. Now, one of the meridians that I'm going to have you look at tonight is the gallbladder meridian, and it starts right at the outer canthus. Are you familiar with that terminology where the eye comes together? This is the canthus. This is the inner canthus and the outer canthus. And if you feel on yourself, you'll feel the bony ridge. Feel? And then just behind that, you'll feel a little indentation where you can press into. You feel? Mm-hmm. That's the beginning of gallbladder meridian. That's Subo. This Subo helps clear the mind. But not too much. Just clear the mind enough. So then we're going to start. They notice this position, one knee, one foot, supporting their body. They're using the palm of my hand to compress into the temporal area. This is where the gallbladder meridian is. So we're just compressing in a crescent moon shape behind the ear. So it's nice, firm compression. Leaning in and allowing yourself to feel what's the right pressure. If you're pressing, eyes bug out, tongue flies out of mouth, too much pressure. Easy.
You've already killed him?
Yep, this might be two. Hi, buddy. It's one of my teachers. Very shy. Okay, so compression here, and then we're going to come down, sitting in seiza, right up against them. And my knees are pretty much even with the top of their shoulders. And I'm going to take this arm here, and we're just going to interlock our hands and then lean back to do stretch. You notice how his head is coming off, so that means there's some tightness in his neck. The more his head goes down, the more length he gets. So this is good for him if he likes it or not. It's good for you, John.
How's it?
I like.
You like? Okay. So there's tightness here. So I'm going to go to some of the attachments of these muscles, and I'm going to start right up underneath the occipital ridge. So the bony protuberance here, I'm going to take my thumb and come right up underneath it. And as I apply a little thumb pressure here, I'm going to pull down here. So it's a nice pin and stretch of the muscle. I'm working. Working up underneath the suboccipital. And then just some nice petrissage here down. So I'm behind the SCM, right? So you're not in front on the anterior neck, endangering the gag reflex or anything else where they may spit up on you. And so you're behind the SCM. One thing about the SCM though too, using it as a landmark, is that directly behind it you can feel pretty clearly the transverse processes of the cervical vertebra. So you can address the attachment of the levator, which comes up and attaches onto the transverse process. So it helps loosen the neck. So down, down, down. We're going to take our fingers and do some nice rolling into the soft tissue there. We're going to have one hand in front and one in the back and do some nice range of motion. So nice full range of motion one way and then the other. And then as the shoulder falls forward, and this will be the last move in this short sequence, falls forward, the lateral border of the scapula is a little bit more pronounced. So what we can do with sitting in seiza is put our fingers up underneath the vertebral border of the scapula. And we're going to come back so that when the scapula is sitting on our fingertips, we're going to just let our weight go to the side. And that really moves the scapula up off of the rib cage. Okay, then?
Yeah, it's good.
Plus you get the kappa lean to the left. It's awesome. Okay. And then we're going to finish with this stretch, where we bring the arm up and forward a little bit, and then back. Well, feel a nice stretch here. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So this stretch is stretching pec major and minor. So it's not enough just to bring the arm up and back, because you're not stretching the muscle so much. You want to bring the arm up and forward so that when you bring the arm back, it replicates that 45-degree angle at how the it attaches to the humerus. Coracoid process maybe.
Yes.
Okay? Easy. Then back. We can place this down. And we'll stop there. And we'll do that both sides. Okay?